Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We had a bit of a rough start to the trading day today, but things got much better into the end of the trading day. Okay, look at this price action today. What a candle the day before Tesla earnings. Now, here in this video, we are going to almost exclusively talk Tesla earnings, what the expectations are from big money, what my expectations are, and how I'm viewing the setup heading into Tesla earnings. It's no surprise I'm bullish on Tesla's earnings for a couple different reasons, but one thing in particular, and I will break that down for you in this video. So this video is almost exclusively about Tesla earnings, how this could change everything for Tesla essentially, and analyst expectations around earnings. Now, we will also go over any and all economic data that we have tomorrow. I'll share my thoughts around how tomorrow morning could trade for Tesla, because this is the last video that will be posted on this channel until Tesla reports earnings. So at 4 p.m. tomorrow, we're going to cover the earnings, but that video is not going to come out till like 4:30. So this is the last video pre-Tesla earnings. So it's only right that we do a full rundown and give you my raw opinions on this, because I think Wall Street's dead wrong, and I think Wall Street is about to be really slapped in the face, to put it that way. So we have a lot of work to get into today. Ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Thank you guys for being here, by the way. If you want to join the trading community, check out the trade that I have on Tesla earnings. I have to figure out what I'm going to do with that tomorrow. Probably just going to hold the thing. I'm so bullish on Tesla's earnings, like I probably should. But if you guys want to see that trade, check that link out down below in the description of this video. What we're really doing over there, though, is going out and finding value in small companies with the main themes: AI, energy related to AI, robotics, biopharmas. Okay, we're going out and killing it. Like, I mean, we're making so much money over there. It's ridiculous. And we're just getting started. Like, there's some people that think we're late in the whole AI trade. Like, we've barely gotten started yet. Like, this is at least a decade-long trend. Like, the next 10 years, AI is going to be front and center. Maybe the next 15 or 20 years, okay? And we're going out finding value in these smaller companies before Wall Street knows about it yet. Stanley Druckenmiller put it just yesterday. I shared the clip with you. If you go out and you invest in stocks based on what is already known information, you're always going to lose. Like, if you go out and buy NVIDIA because you know NVIDIA is going to do well in the next year, you're always going to lose on that. Because why? It's already priced in. The markets are a forward discounting mechanism. So when you go out and you find these smaller companies that are doing big things that nobody knows about yet, that is not pricing in dramatic, positive events over the next 12, 24 months, that is where you get not a 7% average return, but like the S&P, but you can get a 700 or 7,000% return. We have a lot of examples of this already in that community. I've shared the stocks with you that I have done this on in the last couple of months. And if you guys have signed up in the last 12 hours or so, don't worry, I will get back to you. You will be taken care of, okay? Check it out. Link down below in the description of this video if you would like to. You guys already know I have to plug myself here because I do not accept sponsorships that honestly would pay a lot of money. I'm not going to push a product that I would never use, okay? Now, if anyone wants to sponsor this channel and I actually use your product, well, feel free to email me, okay? Let's move on. Tesla, okay? Tesla had some news today. Nothing super huge, okay? Long story short, I don't think the news today really matters at all. Like, Tesla's not going to trade on the news right before Tesla earnings, unless there's something big. And we really didn't get anything big today from Tesla. And that explains the price action. It's up to the markets to find that price discovery heading into Tesla's earnings. Now, what does that mean? That means Wall Street is starting to place their bets on Tesla earnings. Okay. They're either, getting more bullish or more bearish, or buying or selling or hedging. There's a lot of that going on. So today was actually pretty interesting that the stock did go up, because retail investors, they're not exactly bullish on Tesla. Hedge funds and institutions are not exactly bullish on Tesla. In fact, this is the lowest, or one of the lowest bars we have had for Tesla heading into earnings in a very long time. Normally, retail is bullish. Normally, hedge funds and institutions are 50-50, split. Some are bullish, some are bearish, but normally retail is like a core, bull. It's not that way this time around. I think there's one reason in particular for that. Tesla is actually down since May from the highs you hit in the 360s or 370s. And a lot of retail is chasing other things right now. And I think coming after tomorrow, the chase is on for Tesla, not just from a hedge fund and institutional perspective, but from a retail perspective as well. Now, let me explain my expectations. First, let me explain tomorrow. Tomorrow's a toss-up. We could be red, we could be green. If we're green heading into the earnings, that's a good sign, because I always operate under the philosophy of big money knows things before we do. Okay, if Elon's going to give us some crazy big guidance, odds are hedge funds and institutions are going to know about it. Not always, but odds are they just get tipped off. Okay, so if you see some unusually, bullish trades coming through, something like that, it can be a little bit of an indicator. Again, if you are in the trading community, I'm going to keep you posted all day on some of the trading flows that we see heading into Tesla. But again, it really doesn't matter what happens before the report. The fireworks come on the conference call. Now, here's something you also need to know. In the initial report itself, you're going to get EPS, you're going to get margins excluding credits, you're going to get revenue, all of your typical metrics. Don't get lost here. None of that matters. Nobody is expecting a good quarter from Tesla. Okay. Now, there has been some firms that have said, hey, maybe, auto gross margins excluding credits actually goes up. And that would be a pleasant surprise. But if it doesn't, if it comes in bad, if everything comes in bad, worse than expected, it doesn't matter. Okay. Last earnings, Tesla stock did very well, right? Tesla stock was up 4.6% the day before earnings, up 5.4% the day after, up 3.5% the day after that, and then up 10% the next day, and then up 0.33%, then up 2.15%. Literally, you had 6 back-to-back green days, okay? 5 of which, after the earnings report. And what happened? Tesla missed horrendously last quarter. Okay? Missed terribly. Well, they're going to miss again. Be prepared for that. But that means nothing for Tesla. What matters for Tesla is, from kind of an algorithmic perspective, the first thing the algos are going to react to is that update to the second half of 2025 guidance. Okay. Last quarter, Elon and the Tesla team did not provide guidance. They said they were going to update guidance in the next quarter. Fast forward 3 months, it is the next quarter. What does Tesla have to say about full year guidance? That's going to be important. Again, from an algorithmic perspective, whether that is good or bad, I don't think it matters. Here's the good part though. Expectations are very low. So expectations are on average, 1.5 to 1.6 million deliveries. If Tesla comes out and says, yeah, we might actually get 1.7, 1.8 million deliveries, that would be a huge positive surprise from that perspective. Now, again, I don't think it matters all too much, not like your typical stock, right? because Tesla trades, for one, like the markets only believe Tesla's guidance so much. Like Tesla is always, for now, going to be a wait and see, or, wait and see, wait and show me kind of stock. But what really matters on Tesla earnings is the Model Q or the Model 2, whatever you want to call it. What does Elon and Tesla say about tax credits going away? That's kind of important from Wall Street's perspective. I don't think it's important for the stock overall, but that's something to kind of watch. I don't think it's a big deal regardless. But robotaxi, the Model 2, okay, Model 3 Plus, and the Model YL, okay. What's the timeline on these? We're expecting, the Model YL and the Model 3 Plus are going to launch in China by the fall. Are they coming to the US? If so, are we still getting the cheaper, lower priced Tesla? Perhaps that is the Model 3 Plus. We have no additional details on what that's going to look like, okay? What the really specs are. So that could be, essentially like the Model 2, right? Although I think Tesla's going to have a different name for it, and I don't think it is. Be prepared for it to be cheaper, okay? So those are kind of the four things that matter most. Specifically, robotaxi. Now, here is why I am so bullish on Tesla. In a nutshell, it's this one thing right here. Robotaxi. To say it again, so everyone can understand this. Stocks trade on future revenue, future earnings, future growth. They do not trade based on what happened last quarter. That's important. That's why it does not matter how the numbers come out. Robotaxi has the potential to be an exponential business for Tesla in terms of growth, right? Massive growth over time. Tesla has shown that they can operate a robotaxi network. They are doing so right now. And there's, Tesla mapping vehicles spotted in many areas in California, in Phoenix, right? There's I'm sure other areas as well. I believe Florida, there was a city in Florida that one of those, mapping Teslas was seen in. It's going to be important on the conference call what Elon says about guidance here for robotaxi and perhaps how they plan to actually get there. Okay. Yesterday, it was reported by Elon that we could see the robotaxi arm of FSD merge into the main branch of FSD by Q3. So over the next 3 months or so. And that's important because that is the moment in which your Tesla should be able to theoretically sign up to the robotaxi network, take itself out for the day, and go do robotaxi rides. It's important because Wall Street is only expecting like 500 Teslas doing robotaxi rides next year. Like the stock is not pricing in anything good. The stock is down since, they launched the robotaxi, right? Like, come on. You're not pricing in anything positive or substantial here. Here's the deal. What if Elon Musk says on the conference call, like he did back in May, which nobody seems to remember this, that there could be hundreds of thousands of robotaxis out on the road next year? What if Elon Musk says specifically, gives us a little bit more of a specific guidance? What if Elon says by the end of this year, the robotaxi version of FSD is going to merge into the main branch of FSD, and Tesla is currently in the process of mapping out multiple cities to prepare for Tesla customers to be able to deploy their vehicles on the network? If Elon says that alone, it's massive, okay? And I'm sure Elon's going to, talk hundreds of thousands of robotaxis and dozens of cities and all of that. It's not priced into the stock. So like what we're doing again in the trading community is going out finding value in smaller companies. It's very, very rare that you find this much value discrepancy in a large company. That's why I don't tend to invest in large companies, okay? At least not in that portfolio that we're trying to grow to $1 million from $85,000 roughly today over the next 2.5 years, right? Tesla's one of those weird ones, though, where Wall Street is just on the wrong side of this. So I imagine we're going to get a scenario where we probably get better margins than expected. Revenue, EPS is going to miss. That doesn't matter. Tesla stock's not going to trade off of that. It will for 30 minutes until the conference call starts. I imagine a scenario where Elon Musk and the Tesla team sound very bullish, not worried about what the government's doing with tax credits and all of this going away, blah, blah, blah. They're not going to be concerned about that. I imagine a scenario where Elon Musk is going to say we're going to have 100,000 plus robotaxis out on the road next year. I imagine a scenario where Elon Musk says the Model 2 is still coming by the end of this year, but mass production starts next year. The Model Y L, the Model 3 Plus are likely coming as, by the end of this year as well. Okay. Basically, Wall Street's going to get everything they want, or everything, I guess, the bulls want on Wall Street. But I think everyone's going to be surprised by the kind of guidance that Tesla gives us. Now, Optimus, like we care about Optimus, but Wall Street doesn't even care about robotaxis yet, and we just launched the robotaxi network. It's going to be a while until Tesla stock trades based on Optimus. Okay, let's just get that out the way. I know I haven't talked about it. It's important. It is going to be the biggest business for Tesla longer term, but it's just not going to matter for a while. And that's something we all have to accept. Now, also in earnings tomorrow morning, GE Veranova, Phenol, AT&T, Thermo Fisher Scientific, Pfizer, Hasbro, Next Era Energy, and some others. Tomorrow and after hours, alongside Tesla, we will get Google or Alphabet, ServiceNow, IBM, Chipotle, QuantumScape, Alaska Airlines, O'Reilly Auto Parts, Molina Healthcare, and United Rentals, and then American Airlines, Southwest, Intel, and some others. Thursday, bunch of healthcare names heading into Friday. Now, this is the headline that is causing futures to rally at the time of recording this video, at least a bit. S&P is up 0.17%. Tesla has erased a lot of that after hours, like 0.35% decline that you had because of this. Trump, he announces a trade deal with Japan, a $550 billion investment. They left out the B. $550 billion investment and a 15% tariff. So it's looking much better than expected. And again, markets price things in ahead of time, okay? This is the psychology of markets. This is why I focus on this so much, because again, whether it's a great deal or not, it's showing that Trump's going to negotiate. These final deals are not the end, that Trump is not out to destroy the economy and alienate allies. Markets are going up right now, not because a trade deal with Japan is important, but maybe, we're going to see a less aggressive trade front in the future. I don't know how true that is. I don't know how impactful this is. Really, the big headline at this point is either getting the war in Ukraine over with and avoiding those 100% plus potential tariffs on China, and getting a trade deal done with Europe. Those are the big ones. Whether or not we have a good August and September really come down to those two things, in my view. But I think it's a little early to start getting all bared up because of that. And I think that's why stocks are still doing well, but there is trouble on the horizon. Do not be confused on that. If we do not get the war in Ukraine ended, or some kind of, kick the can down the road on secondary tariffs on Russia oil buyers, and if we don't get a Europe trade deal, there's trouble coming. Now, obviously, this 15% tariff rate is lower than the previously disclosed 25% tariff rate. But again, how substantial really is it? Again, it's not that impactful. But yeah, small caps definitely love this news. Small caps outperformed today in general. Again, hence our portfolios doing so well in the trading community that I keep bringing up. IWM was up 0.83% today in after hours. Here in futures. It is 7:21 p.m. at the time of recording this video. Russell is up 0.43%. So tomorrow looks like it could be a pretty good day. Now, in option activity for Tesla stock today, you had 144 different trades totaling $83.56 million with a positive order value of 72%. Call volume 52.61% and puts volume at 47.39%. So it actually seems like hedge funds and institutions were a little bit more bullish on Tesla than even retail investors were today. Now, as I've said before, and I will say it again, I think Tesla is probably going to go up 20% after earnings. I know I'm putting my neck out there. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial planner. Contact one if you have any questions. If you don't understand any of what I'm saying, like contact financial advisor regardless before you make an investment decision. Okay, there's your disclaimer. Don't be a jackass, right? Don't ruin it for yourself because you listen to what my opinion is. Like, you're not even a part of the trading community. You don't know even what my sizing is in Tesla. You don't know if I'm all in on Tesla. You don't know if I own one share. By the way, Tesla is my largest position. Okay? I have options trades on Tesla as well. I'm very biased here. So do not be confused on that. But I do think a 20% rally could be coming after Tesla earnings. Markets are only pricing in about a 7.5% move higher following earnings. So I personally think there's quite a bit of money to be made if I'm correct. A 20% rally from here puts Tesla stock at almost $400 per share. And I think it could start really a multi-day, multi-week rally where Tesla proceeds to hit new all-time highs. Yeah, I know. Crazy thought, huh? This earnings could really kickstart something massive for Tesla. So let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comment section. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.